So, in case you don't know what happened in Virginia, and you'd be living under a rock if you didn't see it, in Charlottesville, Virginia, there was a rally in defense of a Robert E. Lee statue that was being taken down. Now, I don't know if anyone's ever been to Charlottesville. It is an absolutely beautiful place. My brother got a master's degree at the University of Virginia, and I've been down there. I went down there a few different times when he was there, and really, great community, a wonderful environment at Mr. Jefferson's University, as they call it, and yet a lot of people came from all over the place. The protesters, and I don't even want to call them protesters, the white supremacists, the Nazi, it's unbelievable that we have these kind of hate groups still existing in the United States of America.
2017.
Unbelievable. And one of them got in a car and ran someone over.
20-year-old from Ohio.
Unbelievable. 20-year-old male from Ohio got in his car. He was down there with the neo-Nazis and ran over a woman and injured a bunch of people, and has been charged with murder. They've caught the guy. I don't know how the whole thing will be resolved, but the president of the United States came out and said something to the effect that there are people at fault on many sides.
Many sides. Did not denounce the white supremacist movement or didn't use any words that came close to describing what was actually going on there.
Domestic terrorism is what it is.
That's exactly right.
So we got a reaction
immediately,
including somebody in the 815 area code saying, "Shut the blank up. Keep your politics out of your show, you dumb blanks." Really? I mean, you're like a normal person. You're someone I really want to have a debate with. Potty mouth.
It's not politics either.
Someone ought to watch that guy's mouth.
It's right and wrong. I mean, a group chanting Nazi slogans on a Friday night and then continuing into a Saturday, which turns into a riot. I mean, that's not politics.
No. And again, I understand that maybe we're connecting two issues, but that's what Michael Bennett is doing. He talks specifically about what happened in Virginia, and I think that there are people that stopped watching the NFL clearly over being upset over kneeling during the anthem or sitting during the anthem, and to the point where I believe networks stopped covering it because they knew they were driving away viewers by covering it, and it's to me. I mean, is it really a reason to stop watching the NFL? Apparently, it was. Apparently, it did affect ratings. That's what people have said anyway. So.
But it's interesting because Colin Kaepernick started not because of the military, but because of what he believed to be police brutality toward minorities. And now Michael Bennett saying, well, I'm not against the military, but there are things going on in this country. So now you have a growing number or a handful of players anyway that have differing views on what's going on in society or whatever. And this is their way of drawing attention to their I think Michael Bennett said he has a platform or a stage, he's going to use it. So they're not unified in what they're protesting, but they're using the national anthem, the not standing for the national anthem, to draw attention to whatever they believe is something they stand for. And it's not all the same issue. It's going to, I mean, we have a texter saying, well, now it's just a bunch of guys copycats, so it's not going to bother them, and they're going to watch the NFL this year. It's not going to resonate as much as it did with Kaepernick.
Yeah, I don't know that there's a solution to the problems that we have in this country. I really don't. But I think that if you're unwilling to listen to what people say, then you're never going to find a solution, right? Don't we need to have a conversation and a dialogue before it turns ugly like that? It's just absolutely horrible that something like that could happen, as you say, in 2017, and we're going to get petty about whatever. I mean, give me a break. There's no room for hate. Who was it? Nelson Mandela. I think the former President Obama tweeted out a Nelson Mandela quote that said that people don't grow. You're not born hating someone because of their race or whatever. You learn that behavior, and if you learn to hate, you can learn to love because it's easier to love. So it's a simple thought and a simple idea, but it's it's a lot more heartening than what's going on right now.
Yeah, it's just amazing, that the people say keep your liberal yap shut. This is not about liberal or conservative.
No, come on,
they're hate groups.
This is right and wrong.
That's exactly.
It's
a discussion of right and wrong.
312-644-6767. It's Mully and Hanley on the Score. And we got some people who want to talk. Let's get to the phone lines. 312-644-6767. John's in Crystal Lake. Good morning, John.
Hi, how you doing today?
Good.
The point I wanted to make is with Kaepernick. I don't have so much of a problem with him kneeling, but the really problem that bothers me that isn't pointed out is that he's promoting Castro and communism. He wears T-shirts. He has it on his wheel cover, and everybody seems to ignore that. But that's a horrible society and to humanity. And you diss America, but then you honor Castro. You have no place for me. I mean, I just don't want nothing to do with you when you're doing that. I mean, that's And then on the riots, you're saying Trump doesn't bring it up about Nazism and stuff, but there was 3 hate groups there, 3, and he addressed them all.
Yeah, and we got a text from a guy who said the group of whites got a permit to be there. Then all these other groups come to fight them. Now it's the KKK's fault. Shut up.
I think all 3.
Are you kidding me, buddy? I mean, if you don't know what's wrong, then there's no helping
all
you.
3 are wrong, though. The Nazism, the Black Lives Matter is a hate group, too. All of them are. And they're all there fighting together. I mean, that's a hate group, all of them. So,
John, you know what? I mean,
I know a lot.
I got a bad stomach now. Seriously.
Yeah.
I'm getting a tightening in my chest. I can't believe that it is 2017.
Right.
And this is the reaction.
Yeah.
You don't understand what a swastika represents? You got guys walking around with Adolf Hitler, with quotes from Hitler on the back of their T-shirts.
Chanting.
What's wrong with you? John is on with Mully and Hanley. Good morning, John.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Hey, John.
All right, quick thing. All of this unfolded due to where Robert E. Lee is going to fit into our historical background. And if anything, I hope people out there research what Robert E. Lee, who he was and what he did after the Civil War, and then decide whether or not statues need to be torn down, memories of him need to be rewritten, and history about him need to be rewritten, because I think that's going to be what we're getting to as a country, is they're using him, Robert E. Lee, the true American and Southern gentleman, as some sort of pawn for people to rewrite history, and that's wrong. Ken Burns himself, the liberal narrator, even said that one of the most influential and greatest Americans of all was Robert E. Lee. But people are trying to stick him with slavery and the South and all that, and that such wasn't the case, especially post Civil War. When he screamed and yelled, "It's time for all of us to be Americans and to put the past behind us and to move on," and he kept preaching that. But the left won't let you hear that, and that's the problem. So it's going to take this generation to really study and research who Robert E. Lee was, or else people are just going to rewrite some sort of pseudo historical background on him, and it's going to be a false narrative.
Well, John, I appreciate your point, but I'd also like to believe that the KKK and Nazi protesters were as educated as you are, apparently, on Robert E. Lee. They are not. If it's the Confederate flag, it's whatever rallying point they need to further their movement or to make their stand known. It's not. The statue is just a reason to go out there, right? I mean, they're trying to reclaim something that I thought we were done with in this country.
Robert E. Lee was a West Point star, a great military mind, and he fought on behalf of the South because of all his relatives in the South.
Right.
And I don't think this is really what this has anything to do with. I don't think.
No, it was a perceived slight. That they think that the KKK and the neo-Nazis believe that it's
whether it's Robert E. Lee or a
Confederate
flag over a state capitol. This is the kind of thing that you're talking about. Rashad's on the South Side. Good morning, Rashad.
What's going on, fellas? Mully, I'm kind of getting like you, man. What I've been hearing just the last week is really making me sick and ill. for people who I would think are a little bit more conscious, a little bit more sensitive, a little bit more empathetic to the true essence of what we're really discussing. And it's not Kaepernick kneeling during a football game. You know, the things that are going on in this country right now, people are so disconnected from the true essence of it, you won't get a good perspective from people who aren't, you know, involved with it. So my thing, all I'm going to say is this. I just hope that at one point that we can get some accountability somewhere. And it has to start with those people that are stepping up on their platform and choosing to discuss these topics. But the type of topics, they're going to always be hot stoves. So it's going to always be some weirdos out here that show their face.
Thanks very much, Rashad. Appreciate it. I got to tell you, I know I have a migraine headache. I mean, this whole thing, I don't understand. I don't understand how there is this disconnect from right and wrong.
Right. I mean, it used to.
I don't understand how you can defend whatever you're defending. I don't. You know, some of these people that are texting us, it makes me lose my faith in humanity. Where is your humanity? It's unbelievable. I mean, does anybody have a sense of history?
How do you rationalize this? How do you begin to rationalize this?
No rationalizing.
And look, it's great to be able to say, let them have their rally, ignore them. All right, ignore them, will just go away. And maybe that's the best advice. But guess what? People get their emotions get up when they think that the KKK is still out there and that neo-Nazism is still alive and well. But it'd be great if we all just let them have their little rally and go home. They'll get bored because no one's paying attention to them. But unfortunately, they were looking for the reaction they got.